Camel, Tim and Willie, first weekend of the new year. And, people always get stuck for a good time. Like, what do we do now? We're going to go out. We got the babysitter. We are going to go see a movie. Nah. How about that restaurant? Nah. You know what?
Hit and miss with the movies.
Exactly. Check out the Tempe Improv. 2 shows tonight, 2 tomorrow night. It's Anthony Jeselnik. He is
Anthony,
here.
welcome.
All these years. We've heard of you. We've wanted you on the show.
We've watched you like on the Charlie Sheen roast, and we got to get that guy.
Yeah, I've gotten your letters, and my lawyer, lawyer told me not to ever come near you guys.
Oh,
I decided why not. You guys are thrilled.
Thank you for ignoring that protection order. You are the Charlie Sheen roast. Let's talk about that first of all.
Sure, let's do it.
That was wild. That thing was hugely popular.
Yes.
And what was it like to be a part of it?
It was a big circus, it was my second roast, so I kind of knew what to expect. But I felt like I kind of set the bar at the Trump roast. I was pretty brutal at that thing. I was like, I've got to do it again, and this time they know I'm coming. So it was a pretty crazy. Pretty crazy night.
What was your favorite joke that you could tell on our airwaves about Charlie Sheen that night, or about anybody for that matter? Because part of it is you roast all the other roasters, and then you roast the roastee.
Yeah. I don't know.
I know they're all pretty rough. They're hilarious.
It's rough, and also I forget them as soon as I'm done with it. 'Cause I
Yeah.
never have to do them again. And I don't think I have anything that I could tell on the radio.
No,
Like doing roasts, though, I mean, that would be, I think, even more complicated than just straight comedy, right?
It's different for sure. I like them. I love doing the Trump one. The Sheen one was cool. I've got one more that I'm going to be doing the next one, and then we'll see from there. Because it's kind of like it's a weird thing to do. To be around all those people, and they're all kind of scared of you, and which is a weird way to do things. But I'll do one more. I like to think of it as like bringing a gun to a knife fight.
Yeah.
Those things.
Yeah.
The people are staring at me like seeing Mike Tyson look at you like, with fear in his eyes.
right.
It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my life. Him just like a little kid, just looking like, please don't bring up my jail sentence.
Mike Tyson is interesting because he can be so docile and friendly and funny,
And
like
sweet.
in the Hangover movies. But you always are in fear of, is he about to snap and go crazy?
Oh yeah.
And when he goes crazy, bad stuff happens.
Yeah, and he's yelling at people the entire time. It
Really?
was like, yeah, he was just heckling and
Wow.
screaming, and I think he was scared because you've got to perform as well.
Right.
For a guy like Tyson, he's probably scared about getting made fun of, and then also about having to go up there and perform.
Right.
Which was.
It would be like, wouldn't you be that scared if you had to go into a boxing ring and fight a heavyweight?
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
You'd be nervous?
Just as scared and much drunker.
Do you know, Anthony, that Mike Tyson lives in Phoenix at least part of the year,
Really?
and he raises pigeons?
I knew about the pigeons. When he was a kid, he did it. That was like in Brooklyn. That's like the top thing you can do is raise pigeons, I guess.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh yeah.
He's doing a good job. They're all over downtown, pooping on things and
Yeah,
just going
yeah.
crazy.
Do you, for the roast, do you write the jokes the day of? Is it 15 minutes before? Are you working on it for a week?
It's
and
a
then
little of everything because like I'll hear like a month in advance. I'll be like, all right, we're roasting Charlie Sheen on this date. So it's like, okay, I'll start writing a bunch of Sheen jokes, and then like, okay, Seth MacFarlane's gonna be the host, and you kind of slowly get, Jeff Ross is gonna be there.
Yeah.
Usually Lisa Lampanelli will be there, but then people are coming in and out the entire time. So I'll spend hours writing jokes about Bret Michaels, and they're like, all right, Bret Michaels is out.
Oh,
Now,
boo.
so and so, and there's
Yeah.
always people switching in, and sometimes it's okay. Sometimes you can be like, all right, I'll just take this joke and make it that person.
Right.
And sometimes you're completely boned.
And it's mostly insult comedy. Yeah.
It's all insults.
All insults.
are you also writing jokes for Mike Tyson to tell?
No, I have done that though as well. When I wrote for the David Hasselhoff roast, they have a group of writers who just write for the non-comedians.
Okay.
They
Yeah,
just write
okay.
for all- so I've written for the celebrities. When you do it when you're up there, it would be like unethical. It would be like, oh, here's a joke. It's a really good one. I promise. You would never, you would never trust me.
Tell this
to tell
one.
you that. Yeah,
Anthony
exactly.
Jeselnik is at the Tempe Improv. There's 2 shows tonight at 7 and 9:30, and also tomorrow night. And TempeImprov.com, also 480-921-9877, and I'll say AnthonyJeselnik.com. That's Anthony, you know how to spell that, Jeselnik. Now, we were talking on TV a few minutes ago about the new thing on Facebook is to look up this the song from the week you were born
Yeah.
and post that on your profile.
The number one song.
The number 1 song. And do you know what that is, the week you were born?
I do not.
We've done some research, and we're going to play this for you in just a minute. Now, if you like it, will you come on stage to it at the Tempe Improv tonight?
I might. It would have
Ah.
to be pretty.
We're gonna.
I think you need to commit to it.
I think you need.
Because you know what they
There's
say
no
about.
way I'm going to commit to a song that the number one
No, come
song
on.
of late
Come on,
1978.
Oh,
That would
it's
be,
fun.
You know
Come
the-
on.
It's probably like Bee Gees' "Staying Alive." which I-
Staying Alive would be awesome,
I
right?
could not.
All right, we'll find out what it
Strut.
was in 3 minutes.
This report,
Oops,
you turned me off.
Sorry.
This report brought to you by Showtime. And it looks like we still have that 60 westbound problem. It's right near Mill Avenue. 3 lanes are still blocked, but they did open it back up. But you still might want to try another way around it. Plan on using maybe westbound Southern or Broadway or Baseline instead. Also, we have an accident in the right lane, Loop 101 northbound, north of Broadway. Stop and go traffic from Guadalupe. This Sunday, Academy Award nominee John Cheadle and Kristen Bell star in the series premiere of the Showtime original comedy about funny, dirty business, House of Lies. Sunday, 10/9 Central, only on Showtime. It's magic.
Okay, you know how I was saying that half the time our information's wrong?
Yeah.
We got the Tempe Improv right, but we got your web address wrong. It's spelled. Your name is spelled one way in your name, and then another way in your website.
Oh, I think the Z that you have at the top of that page is incorrect.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
incorrect.
So it's JES.
Yeah. It's Jessel,
Huh.
like wrestle.
Jeselnik. Jessel like wrestle.
I say to people, I think that would like settle everything. You would be like, okay, perfect, I got it, and no one understands that.
I was so proud that I got Christina Gazinski right when she was here. And she was happy about it too.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Because Tom Segura was standing right behind me about to punch me.
Yeah.
Now, who are you friends with? Who do you?
I am friends with both those guys. I
Yeah.
like them a lot. Name people and I'll say friends with
Jay Moore?
like friendly, like a
Okay.
mutual respect, never met.
Okay. I've listened to his podcast a lot. Do you do podcasts?
More stories? Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I would love to do his podcast.
What is yours called?
I don't have one.
Oh, you don't
I
have
just
one. Okay.
do. I just guessed them. I don't
Oh,
have
I
one.
got you. I got you.
I don't. I
Yeah.
I can't be like I'll do this every week.
I know. Jay Moore's is really good.
Yeah,
He's a great conversationalist and interviewer. He's kind of like Charlie Rose-ish. You know, he draws good stuff out, and then he's good. But yeah, you should do his. It'd be good.
I'd love to.
Let me see. Who else do we know? Like Willy?
Brian Regan. Did you say Brian Regan?
I didn't.
Love Brian Regan. Never met the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim Gaffigan.
Gaffney's great. He's cool.
Caliendo lives in town.
I don't know Caliendo.
He's kind of odd. He's great
I
on the
think
show.
he's moody.
And he calls us from time to time and says, hey, you know, can I come hang out? We're like, absolutely. But then he's a little bit moody and weird. Do you guys ever get Caliendo?
He hasn't been there a few years.
Yeah.
The impression guys always seem like they're gonna they have a different kind of weirdness about them. You know,
Yeah.
there's some kind of
Are they like, where do you put,
Multiple personalities.
where do you rank impression guys and then prop comics and then guitar playing guys?
What about ventriloquist?
all at the bottom.
Are we doing it around the valley?
Yes.
Because we do have that poor little kid's car wash.
Oh, good.
I mean, we can tape it for later if we don't want it to get.
Was Amy
mixed
on the
up.
roast too?
Mm-hmm.
On the Mike Tyson roast?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Machine one. Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Yeah.
And she was on Last Comic Standing, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
And she what? She in trouble?
She got in trouble about the Sheen roast. She made a joke about Ryan Dunn. Steve-O, you know that guy?
Uh-huh.
His friend died in a
Oh.
drunk driving accident.
Oh.
Right.
And she made a joke about how everyone kept saying, "Oh, it could have been you," and I was saying like, "Oh, why wasn't it?" And which wasn't even a joke about the guy
No.
in the accident, but they cut to Steve-O's face, and he looks like he's about to start crying.
Oh.
And it was.
I give her props.
Yeah, so do I. I was like, "There's no." I think it's a tactic. She was a girl. They didn't know. They thought they could do it. She doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
I like it. We're going to do one more quick thing on live radio, and then we're going to tape a little bit and play it a little bit later. So you don't have to stay here all morning long. Anthony Jeselnik is at the Tempe Improv, 480-921-9877. 2 shows tonight, 2 tomorrow night. And are things good in the new year for you, by the way? Are they going okay?
Everything's good, busy. I've been on the road so long since the Trump roast. I think last year I've been on the road like crazy. So now I have a couple months off to go work on a TV show in Los Angeles.
What TV show?
My TV show for Comedy Central. It's a pilot. We'll see if it ever makes it to air, but it could be a cool thing if it works out.
Does it have a name?
We're not. I want to call it Midnight with Anthony Jeselnik, but they're like with time zones. It wouldn't be midnight everywhere. So,
Right.
So
Confusing
I'll
because we're all just. I'm an idiot.
I'm an idiot too.
Here's the song you got to come on, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome to the Tempe Improv from Midnight with Anthony Jeselnik on Comedy Central. It's Anthony Jeselnik.
Really?
Yeah!
Oh my god.
What do you think? I mean, it's
That was number one when he was born,
that
December
was the-
22nd, 1978.
That is wildly inappropriate.
Will you at least post? It's Barbra Streisand and Neil Diamond.
That's hilarious.
Both of them.
Double whammy.
Oh, all right then. He's not buying, Willie.
Maybe when I leave, maybe when I walk off the stage.
I love that
Way to
idea.
bring it
At the
really
end,
down.
I would play that.
That is a beautiful idea. Anthony Jeselnik with Tim and Willie on Camel. Real quick here. All right. You gonna roll? Sir?
Rolling.
Oh, is it rolling? Okay, very good. So, Anthony, you're married. You're not married. You're dating Amy Schumer. Will you marry her? That's what we want to know. Your parents
That's
called.
right.
Personal.
Dated Amy Schumer. And,
Wow.
yeah, we broke up.
Really?
Yeah.
Again. Now
Well-
we're down to 30% information is
With
correct on our file.
Wikipedia is not doing me any favors.
This does say it's on and off, so right now it's off.
It's in the off
It was
mode.
like we broke up and we almost made it official by just telling saying it publicly, and then people would hear interviews that were taped a year before and be like, oh, they're back together now. And
Okay.
so it was it's not weird that you guys would say that.
Well,
Is it sensitive? I mean, should we not brought it up?
No, not. I think we're both okay with it. It was a while ago. We haven't really spoken in a little bit, but it was it wasn't a bad breakup.
what if, 6 months from now, she comes in and she's on the show and we play a little bit of this saying you guys are broken up and you're actually back together?
Yeah.
She would think it was funny. If not, I would stay away from it.
And by the way, she is very funny.
What
That's
do
great.
what do you look for in a woman, in a relationship?
Oh my God! Usually, how to get out of it. But I I always try to find. I'm kind of a romantic, and I always find something unique about a girl. You know what I mean? I don't really have a type. It's I've got to find something that I find interesting, something that I almost want to learn about. If I run into a girl who's a woman who's a photographer, professional photographer, I'm like, oh, that's fascinating. I want to learn more about that. I could date you, or they've got beautiful eyes or something. That will attract me. But they've got to be hot, and they've got to be interesting, and independence I like a lot too.
What are some of the interesting things you found out about women you've dated over the years?
That I'm a tough guy to be around for a long period of time.
Really?
Yeah, and Amy was very health conscious, very kind of a go getter, and went and took care of business, and I think I learned a lot from her. We had great times together. But two comedians, especially at our level, kind of coming up together, there's a lot of tension there. There's a lot of time apart, and the time apart kind of got to us.
Okay, here's a couple of topics we debated on our show recent past. One is, do guys have a code where they won't start dating girls during the period between Thanksgiving and Christmas or the end of the year? Yeah, New Year's.
Yeah, I think if you're smart, if you got anything on the ball, you wouldn't want to do that. I mean, that's prime family time. It's like if you ever start dating a girl, 2 weeks before Valentine's Day.
Oh.
It's a bad
yeah.
move. I've heard a lot of guys who break up with the girl right before Thanksgiving, because that way they can get through that whole period without having to deal with any stuff.
Or
I think
buy
that's
a
much more
gift.
common.
Is it because they want to spend time with their own family, they don't want to meet her family, or they don't want to have to buy a gift?
I think they don't. I think the gift is a pain in the butt. Even though the first gift is pretty easy, you can get away with a necklace or something like that. You can just it's a kind of a thoughtless gift. I think it's family stuff. Nobody cares about their own family. They
Yeah.
definitely don't want to go with somebody else's stupid family.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not sure you're committed to this
Yeah.
girl. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I think it's an emotionally tough time to start things. To start the process.
Also, first date, you meet a girl and you say, hey, let me get your number, we're going to go out later. on that first date, do you pick her up? Do you take her to dinner? Do you pay for everything? Do you go Dutch? What are the terms of the first date usually?
I mean, I'm not really gonna ask. My first dates are usually like, "Hey, Anthony, you were amazing up there," and I say thanks, and then we go somewhere. That's pretty.
She's
Okay.
Back to her
That's
place.
pretty- yeah, I don't prefer it that way, but that's kind of how things happen.
So you meet a lot of girls, or you've met girls at shows who've seen you and they want to have a drink with you
That's
after.
kind of not
Yeah.
dating though, right? Isn't that kind of more hooking up?
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
dating for me.
Oh,
As
got
close
it.
to dating as I can get now. You know. Even then, that's tough because they're usually crazy. The ones that come up after a show.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Hold
Where-
on.
What?
Go ahead.
Were you on Letterman recently?
I was
Or-
never on Letterman.
I thought
Well, we're now down.
Leno, no, Conan, any of those guys?
Conan a little while ago. Conan
Maybe.
was most recent, I think.
Okay.
Conan Fallon.
It might have been a clip on YouTube, but I'm not going to ask you the next question. I'll wait till we're done, but because I don't want to be wrong again and embarrass myself.
Please, Willie.
Okay,
We
wait.
love that about you.
Was it your joke about a relative who got a DUI and had to go to prison for a year? Or am I thinking of somebody?
Yes, that's me.
Oh, that's you.
that's all-
Okay, it is you.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
all right.
all- I forgot how much Arizona loves DUI humor.
Yeah,
Oh,
tell me
Oh.
about that. I
Something
wanna
everyone
know.
can relate to.
Because we've got some of the, if not the toughest DUI laws in the states.
2,800 arrests from Thanksgiving to just past Christmas.
Right.
Not even counting New Year's.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
I want to know about it.
What, the joke?
About
Yeah.
the joke. Can I say the joke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah,
can
yeah.
edit it if it doesn't. I say my cousin has gotten so many DUIs that he had to go to jail for an entire year. His only concern was getting raped.
Good
So he didn't take a shower for the entire year because he was so busy getting raped.
Andrea, that joke was #1 for Anthony Jeselnik the year you were born. Oh,
I love it.
he's Anthony Jeselnik. Oh, we do? We have Amy Schumer on the line. Oh. Oh, she's singing your song.
Buying her flowers. in
All
the
right,
water.
all right. Anthony, we hope you have a great time here at Tempe, and thanks for coming to be on the
No,
show.
thank you guys for bringing on my ex-girlfriend and make me talk about it.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's what we
That's
do.
what we do. Anthony Jeselnik, thank you guys. Thanks.
And then, okay, I think it was, you can't prove it your sister's beating her, that her husband's beating her? Was that you too? That,
Oh, the cooking's gotten much better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, it's a tough one to defend.
Okay,
Thanks.
good stuff.
We like inappropriate.